Tim, I'm actually glad we decided to go outdoors and experience this stuff firsthand. It makes the podcast feel more authentic.
Luis, we could have learned about ghosts literally anywhere else. A tropical island, a haunted 5-star resort, a sexy dead bartender who only appears when you order a drink with a tiny umbrella. Instead, we are out here and it's 104 degrees, sweating like a priest watching heated rivalry.
First of all, that's very specific. Second, you say you want to be more outdoorsy for your New Year's resolutions. I'm supporting your growth, Tim.
Ugh, I didn't mean this outdoorsy. I meant glamping. Okay, wait. It's sun's going down. It's cooler now. Let's just camp here.
Here? You want to go back to the car and find somewhere less isolated? We're in the literal middle of nowhere. What if a coyote gets us?
You dragged me into the desert, and now you're scared of desert animals. Pick a struggle. We're camping here.
Fine. Tim, wake up.
Oh, what? Wait, why are you like this? I was dreaming I rode back into town with saddlebags full of gold. People respected me.
I heard something wrong, like an inhuman noise. Almost like a possessed donkey.
A possessed donkey. Sure. Yeah, okay, that's the thing that happens. It's a coyote, Luis. Oh. Okay, I heard that.
What if it's the ghost of a dead prospector? What if he thinks we're after his gold? He opens the tent, hacks our heads off with a pickaxe, my head rolls into the desert, your body tries to run.
Stop.
And then he drags our corpses into the Superstition Mountains to feed us to baby demons!
You have to stop reading those Reddit ghost stories before bed. Hello? Is someone out there? Great. No signal. Fantastic.
Tim, there's bad medicine in them rocks.
What does that even mean, Louise?
Hello? Who's there? This isn't funny. Well, kill you if this is a joke. Pooh Bear?
Whoa there, are you guys okay?
Are you a ghost? Why are you wearing khaki shorts? Why do you have that name tag, Tiffany?
What are you talking about? I'm as real as the pee on your pants.
Tim, you're pissing your pants, love.
Oh, sorry. Got a little too excited. Man, what are you doing out here in the middle of the desert this late at night?
The desert? Sir, you're standing inside a Kmart. This is the hiking section.
Wait, Luis, did we hallucinate an entire camping trip?
I told you we shouldn't have eaten those tamales from behind the dumpster. Anyway, excuse me, sir, we'll take this tent.
So it was all a dream.
Your pants are still covered in piss, Timmy boy.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm out in the wilderness.
I hate us so much right now.
Clean up on aisle 5. These two pigs made a mess, and we need the extra strength bleach and Zamboni.
Clean up on aisle 5. This is the Tim and Luis banter part. You got to keep it moving.
Tim, did you change your pants before starting this episode now?
I did, yeah. I switched into a new pair.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that you did that because even though we're like 2,000-3,000 miles away, I can still smell the piss.
I know, I'm pissing my pants, love.
Welcome to the Itty Bitty Horror Podcast with Luis and Tim. In this podcast, we discuss everything from horror movies to the scariest tales out there with a touch of prospector humor.
Oh, just a little smidgen of it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Tim, Happy New Year. Listeners, Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year, everyone, our little itty bitties. Hope you had a good, restful, nice holiday.
Yes, we definitely wish that you had an amazing time. That makes no sense. Anyway, how was your New Year's Eve celebration, Tim? What did you do? Anything fun?
Well, the holidays were so crazy. I think I told you at the time that honestly, when we got home and we flew back, because we had been sick right before Christmas, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, by the time we flew back where I live, we just decided, you know what, New Year's is going to be like a night where we just watch, some movies, we drink a little Prosecco, we watch the giant ball drop in Times Square from our TV, and then, just call it a night.
So wait, where did you celebrate New Year's Eve?
Literally at home.
I feel like when you were there, you were like, 3, 2, 1. Your husband turned to you and said, should old acquaintance
Acquaintance be forgot? Who knows the rest of that song? Is anyone?
I spent it with my family in Texas, and it was fun. It was nice to see everybody. It'd been like a little bit over a year since I last saw them. So it was nice to visit them back in Texas, and we popped some fireworks, got drunk,
Uh-oh.
12 grapes in 1 minute.
Wait, wait, I'm sorry. Back it up real quick. What did you do with grapes?
You shove them in your mouth.
Wait, who shoved grapes into whose mouth exactly? And is this a tradition that I've never
Yeah,
heard
isn't
of?
it? Listeners, please comment and let Tim know, inform him. Actually, I didn't even know about this tradition, but apparently you're supposed to eat 12 grapes. And I think you're supposed to make 12 wishes or maybe one wish. I don't know.
Like one for each month?
Yeah. And then you're supposed to like shove them in your mouth and like obviously don't swallow them like a snake, but like, you're supposed to like chew them and swallow them. But I don't know if you're supposed to do that in under a minute or you're supposed to do that, over the course of like 2-3 minutes. I don't know.
I know. It never ends.
I know. Seriously. Well, I'm glad that you had fun. Listeners, I hope you had fun too for New Year's Eve. But let's talk about today's episode. Can we do like a sharp left turn and just go straight into the episode? Because I think it's pretty exciting.
Oh, I thought we could talk more about our New Year's.
Okay, well, what are your resolutions?
Well, I didn't make too many, but I did make
Today's
a
episode,
few.
we're riding a donkey and traveling. Just kidding.
How freaking dare you?
Go ahead, Timmy. People want to learn. What are your resolutions?
No, I'm not telling you now. You don't get the privilege.
No. We want to know for real.
Well, I would say my first and main resolution is always to exercise more. It's
Yeah.
always that little thing that lingers over my head that I'm like, I got to do that this year. So I'm doing that more. I've been going to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of my main one. What about you?
What's funny because like I always say the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna work out more, I'm gonna walk more and start the weights and maybe get a trainer and blah blah blah. But then
Get
I
my steps.
get my steps in and then it's like January 2nd and I'm like eating a fucking slice of pizza and beer down my throat and you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, eating tamales behind a dumpster that we found.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I already fell off. So I'm like, okay, well, next year, 2027.
I know, but I was going to say the funny thing is one of my resolutions as well, going with the exercise one, is to get 10K steps a day. And in my mind, for some reason, I don't know why, and listeners, maybe you've had this, I thought it would be super easy. And then I have an Apple Watch, right? So I've been looking at it and I've been walking around everywhere. It is hard to get 10K steps
10K
in.
You don't live in downtown San Francisco,
Right.
where you can just walk around and go you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. And where I live, I find that it's actually strange to be walking around all the time. Like I feel like my neighbors are going to be like, why does that guy keep just like wandering around the area?
Why is that man walking straight into the woods every night? You already have your straight path of where you're going to be walking to anyway. You're like, oh, I know the path. It's safe. There's like no insects and bees and whatnot. It's going to be safe for me. But he was like, that man is weird. He has like a weird ritual where he walks into the woods at 2
Yes.
and then comes out at 3 p.m. and we're like, I'm trying to get my 10K steps.
I'm just trying to get my steps. I know. I feel like no one's going to believe me. For some reason, I feel like I've hit an age where if I'm just wandering around trying to get steps in, people will be like, who is that over there? What's he want? They're like lowering their blinds. Yeah.
That swarthy man over there. He looks suspicious. We're going to report
Yeah.
that. Yeah, no, it's totally fair. I think as you get older, you kind of want to like obviously stay fit, take your vitamins and do the things that you're supposed to be doing to take care of yourself. But it's hard to do that. I agree. Like, especially when you live like in suburbs or something.
Exactly.
Here, if I try to walk around, I'm just going to get stabbed or run over. So, walk around my room. People look at my steps. I was like, oh, Luis, you got like 5,000 steps today. Like, what are you doing every day? It's like, I literally go down the stairs and smoke a cigarette and then come back up. How about that? I'm getting my steps in.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Up and down those stairs. Well, and outrunning people trying to stab you, apparently.
The last resolution that I have, Tim, is I really want to travel more. Honestly, I think it would be
I just
wanna,
yes,
like-
that's a good one.
Yeah, because last year I didn't go anywhere really. Like the whole year I did not travel except for, visiting family in Texas. But like I did not do anything. And I kind of feel like, I want to get out more and do more and whatnot. But I think that I want to travel to Phoenix for the Arizona Superstition Mountains, excuse me.
Whoa, the Superstition Mountains in Arizona.
Yeah, what do you know about the Superstition Mountains or the Lost Dutchman, which is today's topic?
See what we did, listeners? Little segue for you. I mean, number one, of course, big city in Arizona. It's hot. It's in the desert, and it's maybe the greatest city in the United States.
Well, Tim, because you don't know shit.
Excuse me.
That's where the Arizona's Superstitious Mountains are and the Lost Dutchman mine. It's a cursed pocket of gold hidden deep in Arizona's Superstitious Mountains where those who go looking for it tend to vanish, die violently, or come back changed. if they even come back at all.
Oh, no. Wait, but how come I've never heard of this? It seems like such a dangerous place to visit, the Lost Dutchman mine.
Yeah, you're not a very worldly person, I would say.
Excuse me again.
Even though you traveled more than I have all over the world, but still.
I've been all over the world. I know a thing or two.
Yeah, you're basically the white version of Carmen Sandiego. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Well, how about this? You and I, let's go rent a donkey. And
Okay.
travel. Yeah, let's just get on it and travel.
You had me a donkey.
Yeah. And we'll travel from our respective cities and meet in the middle. And we'll be traveling maybe outside of Phoenix into the legend of the Lost Dutchman mine.
Oh, no.
What are your thoughts so far, Tim? Are you ready? Are you ready to go to Phoenix or not Phoenix, but like outside of Phoenix and maybe get beheaded by, demons and ghosts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Also, listeners, if you want extra content, feel free to check out our Substack. You can just type out Itty Bitty Horror Podcast on it. Now, what we're going to be doing there, releasing on Substack without, releasing for this episode, is we're going to be talking about the Magallanes Monster, which is Phoenix's answer to Bigfoot. You can find the link to our Substack in the show notes, or again, just go to Substack, download the app, and type out Itty Bitty Horror Podcast. And a reminder, again, it's free.
Wow, yeah. Phoenix heard Bigfoot. Psh, we need our own Bigfoot. And then they got one, baby.
They got one, and they're like, you're going to fucking go out there and run in the woods. We don't have woods. We have desert. Go out there. Tim, I already asked you, but are you ready to explore the lost tales of the Lost Dutchman mine?
Yes, the Lost Dutchman mine. The most catchy title. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's like a tongue twister right there.
It kind of is.
East of Phoenix, Arizona, there's a mountain range locals don't hike casually. They don't joke about it. They don't stay after dark. They call it the Superstition Mountains. And for more than a century, people have gone into these mountains chasing gold and never came back. Tonight, we're talking about one of the most infamous treasure legends in American history, a mine that may or may not exist, a fortune that no one has ever successfully claimed, and a trail of bodies that keeps growing. This is the story of the Lost Dutchman mine. Long before prospectors, before maps, before rumors of gold, the Superstition Mountains already had a reputation. To the Apache, this land was sacred, not metaphorically, literally. They believed the mountains were home to their thunder god, a powerful and violent spirit capable of punishing anyone who disrespected the land. The Apache had a name for this place, the Devil's Playground. They warned outsiders not to enter. They said the mountain kills people. In 1540, Spanish conquistadores, led by Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, ignored those warnings. They were searching for the 7 golden cities of Cibola. Instead, they found something else. Men vanished. Others were found dead. Some were mutilated. Some were missing their heads. The Spanish fled. They renamed the place Monte Superstition, or Monte Superstición.
Monte Superstición.
The legend had teeth now. By the late 1600s and early 1700s, rumors of gold refused to die. Jesuit priest Eusebio Francisco Quino explored the region and confirmed what many feared and hoped. There was gold in the superstitions. And that discovery lit a fuse. In 1748, the land was granted to Don Miguel Peralta, a wealthy Mexican cattle baron. The Peralta family worked the mines carefully, quietly, always aware of Apache hostility. But in the winter of 1847, greed overpowered caution. The Peraltas returned in force. They never made it out. Apache warriors attacked. Horses scattered. Gold spilled across the desert floor. Prospectors would later claim to find dead pack animals still wearing saddlebags filled with gold. And then in 1864, the Peraltas tried again. 400 men entered the mountains. Only one came back. The rest died on what is now called Massacre Ground. After that, the mine vanished. Or hid.
If I could just interrupt real quick, I find it funny that some of these things in Phoenix are very literal, aren't they? I mean, Superstition Mountains, Massacre Ground. I mean, it's also like it's not, none of it's a metaphor. It's pretty like obvious.
Well, how about the Devil's Playground? Do you think the devil's literally right there?
Okay, well, no, I don't think the devil's on like a seesaw.
Well, he is there. He's like playing volleyball with God. And whoever
With
wins,
God.
yeah, whoever wins gets the rights to Luis and Tim's souls.
Oh no, God, come on, give it your all.
In 1870, a man named Dr. Abraham Thorne was blindfolded. Apache leaders led him deep into the Superstition Mountains after he earned their trust by treating their sick. For 20 miles, he saw nothing. When the blindfold came off, he stood in a canyon beneath a strange rock formation. At his feet, a pile of gold ore. He was allowed to take only what he could carry. He sold it for the modern equivalent of a small fortune. And then, he tried to go back. Legend says he found the mine again. Legend also says he never left the mountains alive.
My God. But also, when he was selling all that gold, do you think like someone had to bite a giant chunk?
What are you talking about?
You know how they used to, when they had to detect whether or not it was actual gold or fool's gold, they would bite into a little piece of gold. Do you think they had to do that with the giant amount?
Oh, you mean because like he was constantly coming back with a lot of gold, and they're like, this guy, he has a lot of gold here, and we kind of don't trust this fool.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, I feel like maybe they had a giant pile of gold with like some real teeth marks in it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if they leave teeth marks, that would imply that it's not gold because it's like an easily markable.
No. Luis, you don't remember your class clearly from when you grew up. Gold is what bends. That's how they can tell that you can actually bite into it.
Oh, that explains why, nope, you know what? I'm going to keep my resolution.
You really should.
In the 1870s, a German immigrant. Yes.
Sorry, nothing.
In the 1870s, a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz started paying for supplies in Phoenix with astonishingly pure gold. He never said where he came from. He never filed a claim. When people followed him, he lost them in the canyons. Waltz was secretive, contradictory, paranoid. Some say he learned the mine's location from an Apache woman named Kenty. Others say the Apache punished her brutally for betraying sacred knowledge. Either way, Waltz kept returning with gold. Until 1891. A flood destroyed his homestead. He fell ill, and on his deathbed, he whispered clues to a woman named Julia Thomas. She searched. She failed. Jacob Waltz died. And the mine became known as the Lost Dutchman. By the end of the 19th century, the Lost Dutchman mine was no longer just a legend. It was an obsession. And soon, it would start killing people.
Oh my God, Luis, I'm obsessed now.
And we should start looking for gold. Okay, what are your thoughts of this, the history of the mine, the Lost Dutchman mine? Do you think that this is something like, if you and I were both alive in the 1800s, you know, when people were prospecting for gold and whatnot, and somebody came...
Sure.
Let's say you and I, let's say you actually.
Just me.
Let's just say you are running a general store, you know, in the middle of, you know, a western...
little town somewhere outside of Phoenix. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You're running one of those stores and you're like, oh, geez, I don't think we're gonna make rent this month, Ma and Pa.
Sales of licorice aren't what they used to be.
They aren't what they used to be. And then I come in and I'm Jacob Waltz, right?
Oh, okay. You're the German guy?
Yeah. I'm the German guy. And I say like, "Hi, mister. I am German. That box of licorice you have there, can I buy that with this big saddle of gold?"
Whoa. I'd be like, Mr. German guy.
Why do you have such a fucked up accent?
Why do you have such a messed up accent?
I'm like, yes or no, can I buy that licorice over there with this bag of gold?
Oh my gosh. You sound like Ilya. Except for the laddie part.
I'm like Russian. I am Russian, yes. Okay. You?
Okay. Yes. And my name is Hollander.
What would you do though? Like if I showed up with a big bag of gold because I want to buy a bag of licorice, And then you're like, "Hi, mister, where did you get that gold?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's from the lost Dutchman." Dutchman. Would you ask me for like a drawing of the map to find that location, or what would you do?
Well, I mean, obviously, assuming I'm, like this young person living in this, I'm staying at this general store, I think I'd be I'd be surprised. Then I'd be like, oh my gosh, sir, like, you gotta show me where that gold is. Where did you find it?
Yeah, and then I grab my and so like, "This is where it is, bitch."
I'm like, no.
Damn it. The resolution didn't help. Sorry, Tim. I tried.
Oh, you failed again.
Start in 2027 again. Yeah, it's a really interesting story. Like, obviously, the history of how, people would go there, people would come back with gold, and how they would take other folks and like, "Oh, no, we're gonna blindfold you," because like the indigenous people didn't want you to know where it was.
Although they did let that one person know, if you recall. They were like, he seems cool.
Okay, and they take him and they give him gold, but then he supposedly found it. I don't know. I feel like, well, we're gonna get into the main story right now, but I feel like all these people got what they deserved.
Well, you could be right. I mean, they're asking for trouble. You're right. It's greed in the end. But you can't tell me that you wouldn't try to get it if you lived back then. You can't tell me that.
If somebody came back and they had a bag of heads, be like, "Oh, all these people right here, they try to search for gold. Here's the result," and they throw a bunch of heads towards me. I would not go there and be like, "Well, my turn now."
Well, no, not in though. You think any of them thought they were going to die? They obviously didn't. They didn't know probably about how many people died.
Well, you know what? Let's inform our listeners about the various stories of people who did not survive. How about that?
Yeah. By the time the legend of the lost Dutchman mine had settled into the bones of Arizona, the Superstition Mountains were no longer just a place. They were a warning. People stopped asking if the mine was real. They started asking what it wanted in return. The mountain does not kill everyone who enters it. That's part of the cruelty. Some people come back, some people bring gold, and some never come back at all. So it sounds like it's just a normal bunch of mountains then. Some people make it, some people don't.
What if, like, when you get there, there's a ghost in the Superstition Mountains, right? The Superstition Mountains. And
Okay.
then you're like, "I'm here for gold, sir." And the ghost is like, "Well, to determine what your fate is." And they have like a little wheel and they spin it. And then depending on where it lands, that's essentially your fate. And, it falls on like, "Nope, you're going to get beheaded." And then people are like, "Oh, God, okay, fine.
Oh, fine.
Fine." And they just chop their head off. Who's next here for gold?
I would love it if it was a little bit of a Wheel of Fortune situation. In the summer of 1880, two recently discharged soldiers wandered into the mining town of Pinal looking for work. They were broke, sunburned, and desperate enough to do something foolish. They carried a small sack of gold ore. Not flakes, not dust, ore so rich it stunned the mine manager who examined it. The soldiers told him they'd picked it up while crossing the Superstition Mountains. They mentioned seeing an old mine near Weaver's Needle. Nothing more. They didn't seem worried. They seemed confident. Too confident. The manager outfitted them with supplies and entered a partnership. They left together, heading back into the mountains. 2 weeks passed. Then, a search party found them. Naked, shot through the head, no gold, no explanation. A year later, a part-time bartender named Joe Deering listened to the soldier's story one too many times. He went looking. When he came back, he was different. Deering told people he'd found something, an old mine, a place so rough, so unnatural that he struggled to describe it. "The most god-awful rough place you can imagine," he said. "A ghostly place." He didn't go back right away. He tried to save money first. He took shifts underground at the Silver King mine. 1 week later, the mine collapsed. Joe Deering died without ever telling anyone where he had been. Elisha Marcus Rivas didn't go looking for the mine, but the mountain came to him. Rivas was known as the madman of the superstitions, a hermit, a scholar, a man who lived alone in the high valley, growing vegetables, reading books, and occasionally sprinting naked through the canyons firing a pistol into the sky. Even the Apache left him alone. In the spring of 1896, Rivas didn't come down from the mountain. When someone finally went to check on him, they found his body on a trail near Rogers Canyon. His head was severed, placed several feet away. Later that same year, 2 Easterners went searching for the lost Dutchman mine. They were never seen again. Around 1910, 2 men named Silverlock and Malm began tearing into the northern edge of the mountain. Dozens of shafts, endless tunnels, nothing but scraps of old Mexican gold. Then, Malm showed up in Mesa claiming Silverlock had tried to kill him. Silverlock was declared insane. Malm was sent to the poor farm. Both were dead within 2 years. That same year, high up on Superstition Mountain, a woman's skeleton was found in a cave. Beside her, several gold nuggets. No one ever explained how they got there. Well, I think we know how they got there. The mountains are chock full of gold. We gotta go there, Luis. We gotta go.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's also like a woman's skeleton was found there. Like, I mean, pig-headed men have always thought the same way, right? They're always going to attack women and those most vulnerable. But like, you find a woman's skeleton there, like, no one ever explained how they got there. Yeah, she was probably kidnapped, or maybe she was an indigenous woman attacked by these gold digging
Losers.
Yeah, exactly.
But Luis, I mean, the evidence is stacking up that there's a ton of gold in these mountains. However, can I say something too? What would happen if you and me were in these mountains? Let's say we're in Phoenix, we're in Superstition Mountains, and we go up into a cave, and let's say somehow we, the curse doesn't affect us, like nothing bad happens. And then we find gold. Would gold be worth the same? I feel like if we turned it in, they'd be like, oh yeah, there's like, I don't know, $4,000 worth. And then like, we wouldn't be rich. We would just have like some gold.
No, $4,000 in the 1800s, whatever. How much was 4K in 50?
Yeah.
That would be worth 166,000.
Well, that's not enough for us to live on. I mean, we'd have to split that between us. So we're down to like whatever that is. And then, that's like, yeah, I mean, that's like a year's, maybe a year's worth of salary for both of us.
In the 1800s, no, everything was dirt cheap. We could it was a small fortune.
Oh, well, no, I think you're wrong.
Oh, well, listeners, let us know, would 166,000 in the 1800s change your life? Let us know in the comments, because Tim says that he's not. But then again, he is a little bougie bitch.
Yeah, I need at least $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
By the 1920s, something strange was happening. People weren't just dying, they were being driven away. In 1927, a man hiking with his sons heard rocks tumbling from above. Boulders, too large to move naturally, crashed down the cliff face. One boy's leg was crushed. The next year, 2 deer hunters fled the mountain where the same thing happened again. Rolling stones, no one above them. Then came Adolf Ruth. Now, I'm assuming this was before another famous Adolf, because I feel like people stopped being named Adolf after, like, let's say the 1940s. But anyway, a veterinarian from Washington, D.C., a man with metal pins in his leg, a man chasing a map he believed would finally prove the mine was real. Ruth entered the Superstitions in June of 1931. He never came out. Months later, a skull was found near the Red Hills. 2 holes punctured the bone. The rest of his body was discovered weeks after that, scattered in a canyon miles away. His map was still at his campsite. Authorities said it was exposure, animals, an accident. His family never believed that. Neither did the headlines. After Ruth, the deaths came faster. A man fell from a cliff. Another was found shot with gold still in his pack. A picnic turned into a heart attack moments after a gold-rich stone was found. In 1947, James Cravey was flown by helicopter into LaBarge Canyon. When he didn't hike out, searchers found his camp. Months later, his headless skeleton was discovered, wrapped in a blanket. The coroner found no foul play.
I know he had his, head removed from his...
Well, yeah.
forcefully. But they didn't find any foul play. But the fact that they cared enough to wrap him in a blanket, I think that's really sweet.
That's kind of nice of whatever did that. Yeah.
You want that?
Oh, sure. Yeah. If I'm already dead, wrap me in a blankie.
No, they're doing it as anyway. They can wrap your body in the blanket and then be like, "Here's to you, bitch!" And they swing the axe across your body as it flies through the superstitious mountains.
Well, what I want to know is why are they chopping my head off and saying, "Here's to you, bitch"? It's some weird Casablanca toast. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's to you, bitch. Whack.
As my head rolls down the hill, I'd be like, it seems like the problems of two people don't amount to a hill of beans in this here world. In the 1950s, bodies appeared with bullet wounds that were ruled accidental, skeletons with missing skulls, campsites abandoned mid-meal. One had a blood-stained blanket, a Geiger counter, letters with names torn out. No body and no answers. By the 1980s, even lifelong prospectors were falling. Wow, there were prospectors in the 1980s?
If you are still a prospector in the 80s, like, get a real job.
Get a real job. Go work on Wall Street. That'll never end.
Yeah. It's also like, it's like, y'all are still, you know what? Fuck you. I'm glad you failed.
Oh, Louise.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't be like looking for gold that's not even theirs.
Well, who's to say it's not theirs at this point?
It belongs to the earth.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way.
What if the planet Earth, like, that's their like little herpes source?
Gold?
Gold is their like little like herpes flares, or not flares, what do you call it? Like warts?
Yeah. And then they're just like, oh, let's just grab all those. And then
Yeah,
you know what? Curses everyone.
Yeah, and Earth is just like, what the hell? Like, why are you taking my warts from me?
Why do you want those?
Why do you want those, you creep? That's why they're fucking, going through hell.
Oh, you're right. What a good point. Okay, so gold is the Earth's STDs, and people, you need to stay away from it.
Stay away from gold, folks. Give it to me.
Give it to Louise.
Give me herpes. And by that, I mean gold.
Anyways. By the 1980s, even lifelong prospectors were falling. Walt Gassler spent decades searching for the lost Dutchman mine. When he was found dead in 1984, gold ore was still in his pack, ore identical to what Jacob Waltz carried. So what is this place? A cursed mountain? A string of coincidences? Or a legend built from human obsession and desert cruelty? Scientists say the Superstition Mountains shouldn't contain gold at all, and yet people keep finding it. They just don't keep it, because the mountain always takes something back. And maybe that's the real treasure it's been guarding all along. The gold?
The mountain is like, I'm going to give you this bag of gold. Yes, you can have it. But
Sure, you can have it.
Yeah, but I need something in return. And the prospector's like, whatever you say, mountain god, what do you need? And then he just takes the mountain, whips out an arm made out of rocks.
Oh, no.
It's a mountain.
Yeah, right. It's made of rock, sure.
And it just swings towards him and cuts their head off. It's like, I need your head.
Oh, no.
And then the mountain swallows the heads and is like, I like swallowing head.
Oh. Was that whole story just so you could make that little joke?
What are your thoughts on all these people who went to the Superstition Mountains to find the lost Dutchman mine, right? And then some of them coming back telling tales of what happened, and other people just like, nope, we just found their bodies and their severed heads right by their laps. And
well, I have a couple of questions about it. Okay, number one, why do people keep going back? This seems pretty dumb.
Gold, herpes, why else?
Well, okay, but seriously, like, if everyone is dying, then it's like, why go back? I feel like some people have to make it out okay for you to even think it's like worth it.
Well, some people did come back, but like they had like little, pieces of nuggets of gold or whatnot. But you're right. That's why when you said earlier that not everybody knew what was happening, they didn't know like people were dying or whatnot. And it was like, we're gonna search for gold. It's not gonna happen to me. I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Because you're thinking like, it's not gonna happen to me. Like it happened to them because they did something stupid. But then you're gonna go and search for these, for gold or whatever, and then you go there and you're like, shit. I guess it's my turn, and then whack, your head flies off your shoulders. That's a whack.
Okay, you answered my first question.
Okay.
My second question is this. Why did they say that scientists say that there's no gold there? I mean, if everyone is finding gold, that's just not true, scientists.
I don't know why they say what they're saying in terms of like, oh, there's no gold there. There's no gold. Just it's probably because they're planning their own trip there.
Exactly. Everyone wants the gold here. Ladies and gentlemen who are listening to this show, if you've made it this far, and God bless you if you have, can I just say, I think we all need to form an expedition and we need to find this gold. Louise, are you with me?
I'm with you. We will get on a little wagon with a horse and a donkey and a burro.
Wow, a horse and a donkey.
Yeah, both. And then we'll get on it and we'll be like, take us there, Runny.
Runny.
Take us there, Eeyore.
Eeyore. And the horse's name is Runny.
Yeah, take us there. And then they take us there. And then we can find the gold. Us, the Itty Bitty Horror Crew.
Yes.
You, me, Charlie, our graphic art designer, and
our producer Ted.
Our producer Ted, our editor Shoshana.
We appreciate all the work you do, Shoshana. Just shout out to you.
Shout out to you. She's probably gonna cut this out. And then we'll all get on a donkey. One donkey, all of us.
all of us all pile onto Eeyore, okay.
And then we can find it ourselves and we can prove to the world that the lost Dutchman mine exists. But we're not going to tell it where it is because we want to keep the gold for ourselves.
Right. We're not sharing it with anyone, but it will fund this podcast for years to come. You can rest assured.
Yeah.
But my question is, are we going to go on that donkey? I mean, it's going to be all of us on this donkey. Is there going to be a giant saddle?
Yeah.
Okay. We're not all just doing bareback.
You know what? I said I will keep my resolution. I already failed, but I'm not going there.
Okay.
Yes, we will be on one big saddle.
Okay, good. Because that would be such an uncomfortable ride otherwise.
Yeah. Always practice safe riding.
Yes.
Anyway, Tim, I have a hypothetical for you.
Oh, okay. I thought I just gave a hypothetical.
Well, I'm going to give you a better one.
Oh, okay. Well, a steep promise, but okay.
Imagine it's the 1800s. You and I are following a hand-drawn map into the Superstition Mountains where we actually find what has to be the lost Dutchman mine, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and right as we're about to step inside, the spirit of an Apache warrior appears and asks for the password. You confidently yelled, "Gold, sir!"
You think I'm the biggest rube, don't you?
And then he immediately pulls out a machete and slices my head off. What do you do?
I'd be like, "Oh, sir, why did you slice his head off and not me?"
Whack. He just slices yours like...
He just hadn't gotten to me yet, you mean?
No, like, obviously he kills me to prove a point to you.
Okay, but then only to have the point be completely lost on me because my head is being lopped off.
Well, because you questioned him. Like, what about me? Anyway, that doesn't sound like a real answer.
Boy. I never give you what you want, do I?
No, I wanted like a real answer.
That my real answer is, why did you cut off his head? That makes sense to ask that.
You would ask that very casually and calm and like, "Sir, why did you cut off my friend's head?"
Okay, all right. What do you want me to be like? Oh God, oh no. I'd be like barfing and crying and sputtering. I mean,
that would be a more realistic response.
Okay, well there you go then.
If something traumatic happened, like let's say I'm walking down the street and I'm walking with a friend and they get punched in the face and they're lying on the ground, I'm gonna turn to the hitter and be like, "Why did you punch my friend, sir?" I'd be like, "Fucking run. Run away and leave you behind."
You'd run?
Yes.
You wouldn't even try to revive them?
No, I'm not that kind of friend. I'm a bad person.
Now we learned a little something today.
Yeah. Well, Timmy, we've come to the end of the episode. What are your overall thoughts on today's show?
Well, I think it was an okay show.
It was awful? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was a good episode. It was 5 stars. And part of the reason it was 5 stars, quite honestly, is because we learned about several creepy things located in Phoenix, a city which I did not realize had any creepy things worth discussing. And it turns out it does. So there you go. And for our Phoenix listeners, you're welcome.
Our Phoenix listeners like, what kind of fucking backhanded compliment was that? Like, you know what? Just shut Tim up right now.
Well, Phoenix, frankly, you probably don't realize what your reputation is around the country, but I'm here to tell you that this is a good thing. We've done a good thing for your tourism board, okay?
We did you a favor, Phoenix.
We did you a solid.
And we love you, Arizona and Phoenix.
We do.
But, you know, sometimes you got to get your shit together.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
So everybody else, not including Arizona, If you enjoyed today's episode, then feel free to leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you'd like for us to cover a specific story or topic, then email us at ittybittyhorror@gmail.com. You can also follow us on all social media under Itty Bitty Horror. Also, as mentioned at the top of the episode, we will also be discussing the Magayan Monster, a Bigfoot-like creature from the Arizona desert. So, Phoenix, we love you, Arizona. The story will be available exclusively on Substack, so if you want more Luis and Tim takes on this big-footed freak, then subscribe to us there.
Yeah, that was a little judgmental.
I was talking about you. You can either subscribe to us online or download the Substack app. If you're online, just go to substack.com, go to the search bar and type out Itty Bitty Horror Podcast, and you'll find the exclusive audio there. The link to our Substack will also be posted in the show notes, so make sure to subscribe. Again, it's free.
It's free. Come on. You know you want it. Free things. More of us. And this big-footed freak.
This big-footed. Anyway, Tim, what are we discussing next week?
Well, we will be getting back on our donkey.
Yeah.
And traveling about 100 miles southeast to Tucson, Arizona. All right, we're making the rounds in Arizona, everyone. Yeah, where we will learn in Tucson about more of the legendary stories that exist there, specifically about the skinwalkers of Native American folklore and other tales. So keep an eye out for that episode.
Well, listeners, thanks once again. And remember, even the smallest chills, boys and girls,
They can linger.
yeah, long after the stories end.
Right.
Okay,
All right.
stop this shit.
Stop this. This bullshit. What are we doing?
What are we doing with our lives?